I know Roccat products don't really get as much traction as, say, Razer, SteelSeries, Logitech, and some other brands out there. I really don't know why that is, because no fluff, no joke here. I love a lot of their products. Their mice are stinking fantastic. Innovative keyboards. And this gaming headset we're going to talk about today, spoiler alert, is absolutely awesome. And there are some first-time innovation seeing features that we have seen in a gaming headset here. Stay tuned and check this one out. That is the Roccat Syn Max Air. Now I want to start with something here. Not to fluff anything up, just honestly consumer to consumer here. So they're giving you a little spiel right here, right? Experience, precision. The Syn Max Air represents Roccat's, I keep trying to say Roccat, Roccat's most premium headset to date. Talking about all the innovation they put in it, some of their best materials and everything. So we're going to see, is this headset backing that up? The best Roccat headset to date. Big words right there. So let's go and start with what you get in your box. Of course, you get your headset. Now we got the black version. I haven't seen anything on a white version, but Roccat, holy smokes, I hope you make a white version of this. That'll be stinking awesome. Anyways, headset right here. Now this little nub is going to be on there. We'll talk about this later, but there's a little microphone hole cover right there because your microphone is detachable. Now the base station or your charging station right here, whole lot of features packed into this. We get that guy. Now you get one USB-C, A to C, and another A to C, and then a little adapter right here, A to C, and then of course some paperwork that you're never going to need. So let me cover a little confusion about what you're getting in your box before we dive deeper into the headset, talking about comfort and everything. Number one being your charge station here. Well, this headset gets, I believe, up to 16 hours of battery life, but you're going to see it come up a little bit different whenever I show you the software later. So you're probably thinking, well, that's lower battery life than we've seen in a lot of gaming headsets these days. Perfectly fine for any of us, I think. But anyways, slap them right down there. They magnetize, lock right in there, and start charging, and you have the quick charge base. I never ran out of battery, so I can't tell you how much I got right there. Again, because it's so simple, using it, bam, you just set it there and it charges. Now, as you see the charger, there's no crazy little gizmo it's got to lock into. You got these little pins right there, little magnetized deal right there. You set it down, it sits there, bam, and it starts charging. And you also might be asking, why the heck do we have two USB cables here? Well, as far as your charge station, you can plug it straight into PC and get everything, your charging, your settings, all the stuff we're going to talk about. But you can also plug it right into the wall so you can charge it whenever your PC or console or whatever is not on. So hopefully you're catching my drift right there. Whatever's going to suit your situation, whenever your PC's off, whatever, you still can get juice to it. So battery life is not going to be an issue here. All right, so let's get into the good stuff. Let's go on and start with comfort and build of this headset. And of course, starting with the comfort, we're going to check the weight right here. Slapping it on a scale, we are getting 334 grams. It feels like an incredibly premium product, which we'll talk more about in the build. Not too heavy, clamping force right at medium. As you're seeing here, you have that full swivel, little touch forward, little touch back right there. As far as adjustment, it's right on the arms, not a bunch of adjustment. As you're seeing here, it's just bam, right in like that. I mean, what are we talking, like half an inch maybe? Like right at half an inch of adjustment, so not too much movement. Now, these brackets, I'm kind of mixing the build and the comfort here, right? These brackets right here and right here are actually metal, and I doubt my camera can pick it up, but inside there, it's actually attached to a metal headband or little bracket deal within there. So I really love the structure here. Now, as far as the ear cushions here, they've got cooling gel, little silky material on the top, mesh on the inside, if you can see, pleather on the outside. So plenty breathable, very cool on the head as far as size, plenty long, plenty wide, and seriously deep, really nice. But again, these ear cushions are very plush. Now, a little bit deceiving here. Wherever you see that little line in the middle, that's pretty much where they stop. You can see right here, there's actually frame down in there. So you really don't have that much padding, but it's plenty fine. It's nice memory foam right there. Definitely conform to your head. As far as taking them off, bam. They just clip into these little things right there. These little rubber gaskets. Bam, and they attach right on it. So it'd be really cool. I hope we see a little bit more from Roccat as far as maybe getting us different options for ear pads, maybe a full cloth or a full pleather. Really awesome. And again, the simplicity of changing them is stinking awesome. Now, as far as the headband up here, fully pleather, a little bit of padding, not as nice as the ear pads. I wish they used the same type of padding and material up on the headband, but it is fully pleather. I mean, it's not painful or anything. Again, you're just spoiled with this. You kind of wish it had it up there. Now, cool little touch over here on the side. Now, it's not padding, but you still have that pleather material. It's not just plastic down here. Can you see the transition of fabric within the camera? So full plastic on the headband. Right over here, you got the pleather headband underneath, and then just pleather material over there. Again, it just gives it that very premium vibe throughout the build. And talking about the build, I do not get worried one bit about this headset. Again, it's got so much adjustability within it, you're not really gonna pinch a joint or anything, but seeing metal to metal, and then in there to metal, guys, that is awesome. We don't really see that. It's usually like metal to plastic, kind of like with the SteelSeries Arctis line. It goes metal to plastic to plastic. Going into that metal is awesome. Now, the ear pads or the ear cups over here are plastic. I'm not too sure what is going to in there, but again, I don't really have much movement as far as wiggle, like cheap feeling. Again, I love the build right here. As far as comfort and build, man, they nailed it. Now let's go and take a look at features and functions of this headset. Number one, again, as I stated, you have a detachable microphone. This little rubber piece, and there's actually a sticker on it that tells you, okay, I just dropped it, and I can see a lot of us actually losing that piece right there. But anyways, it pops out, and you have your microphone, and if the camera can focus, you have two little teeth, one over here and one on the other side, and that's actually where it locks into the microphone. So make sure you get it into that position, because if you're not, well, microphone's gonna be breaking up or not working. So you make sure you get it into that right way, and then it is actually flip down to active and flip up to mute, which you also get a tone in the headset. Now looking at the back left ear cup, you have your volume wheel here, continuously rolling, very tiny steps in there, nothing really noticeable by any means. Down here, USB-C charging, again, that port for your charging dock where it sits there, and then your power button. Coming to the back right ear cup, you have your Bluetooth pairing button and multi-function button that you can use, answer calls, end calls, skip track, yada, yada, yada. And then this multi-function wheel, which I'm going to show you here in a second. Whew, I actually found that little rubber piece. Now, more importantly, I want to show you some features and functions here, starting with powering them and plugging them in. Now, as far as your charge station here, it actually has a little groove cut out right there, so your cables can be moved around. I wish there was something to kind of lock it in, just to kind of give a little structure there, because these USB cables are pretty robust, and again, hanging off our desk, I would have loved it to be able to lock in there, but maybe me just being nitpicky, whatever. Anyways, I just plugged this into my Mac right here, and yes, as you can see, it's red, so it saved my RGB settings that I set in the swarm setting. Really cool right there. Now, I'm gonna go on and power on the headset right here while I'm live with you guys, and I want you to listen in the microphone here, because you get some really cool tones.
Power on. Battery level high.
So as you just heard there, with those tones, as far as the battery indicator, powering on or off, it also does it with the Bluetooth. Super awesome, and yeah, you can adjust that in the software. But before we get into this mic test, which I'm going to show you, not sure if any of you saw it, this is probably the one thing that makes me so nerdy, get these nerd chills here. Y'all saw when I was flicking that at mute, that mic to go active and then go mute, what did you notice? You noticed the thing, the light on the station right there, right? Muted. You see it? Active. Yo, I absolutely love that notification. But anyways, let me stop nerding out here. Let's go and take a listen to this microphone, and I'm do this a little different. I'm gonna pull you over to the software, and I'm gonna talk about the software while I'm using the microphone here.
And now you're hearing a microphone from the Roccat Syn Max Air. And why I'm gonna do it this way is because there's a lot to talk about in the software here that I want to run down. And again, while we're doing this, you'll hear the microphone. Number one, what I want to start off is, as you can see, I got my sound settings. Pull up on the window over here, and again, we got the Syn Max Air microphone active. I got the volume at 70%. That's not really what I want to show you. What I want to show you is pretty cool here, is we're in mic settings in the Roccat Swarm software. Whenever I adjust it, say if I pull it down, we're at 30%, crank it up right now. The cool thing is that it's actually controlled in the Windows settings. A lot of times at gaming headsets, when you adjust your mic settings in the software, it does not translate over to your Windows settings. So again, some may look at that as something basic, something simple, but again, a lot of headsets don't do that. So I really like it. You're going to be able to get that quality sound and be able to test your sound a lot easier rather than controlling here, controlling there, then controlling over here. So anyways, just wanted to show you that real quick. Let's go on and get our software here. And again, the Syn Max Air. So diving over here, game audio input. This is cool because this is simple. Master volume, obviously, treble boost, bass boost, dialogue boost. As you see, I keep all of mine on. And these are the settings I'm using here, guys, just if you want to know. And it's just, again, simple to play with, right? Bass boost, obviously, give you more bass. Treble, obviously more bass. Dialogue, again, kind of a little bit of the mids, a little bit more treble right there. I think it just pulls it out pretty nice. I've been enjoying bass playing some Borderlands here. If you needed any other help with it, again, you got these little eyes up top here for information. We'll let you know what you need. Coming down here, we're going to get back to this, though. Keep this in mind, okay? I'm just showing you everything else here first. Battery status, you can show it on your tray icon down there. That you know, this is kind of weird. Right here, it says 100% left, 13 hours left right here. Now, I do have RGB fired up and everything, so, again, I guess battery will depend on that and everything. Coming down here, additional settings, spatializer, which is like again, you have the eye, but again, it's going to be like that 3D audio, that surround sound. Me personally, it's not my preferred thing. I never liked it in any headsets, but you do have that if you want it. Now, swinging back up here, yes, on the Roccat headset now, you have superhuman hearing, what we've always seen in Turtle Beach. It's the exact same thing here. Bam, click it over to on. You have a couple different bits here. I'm not a fan of it. Again, I like dabbling with this and getting that true natural sound. And when I talk about sound, that's pretty much what I'm talking about. Again, you got the eye right there. Mic settings. Now, stink that you don't get the numbers here. You get it in your Windows settings. I wish they would have given you the numbers right here. Coming down here, mic monitoring. Whoa, right now it sounds like I'm yelling in my ear. It is quite loud, maxed out. When you get it right down, I'd say a little bit below halfway, this is manageable. Like, this is what I would use. Now, when you get down here, it's almost unusable. I'd say right about here, you start hearing a little bit back there. This is probably the usable range. When you max it out to the highest, again, I'm pretty loud in my ears right now, but I rarely ever use mic monitoring. Noise gate, we can try that out right here. Bam, we're talking that. So again, we're testing noise gate, just testing the levels a little bit above halfway. If we put it up to max, we'll see what this sounds like together. Anyways, let's go on and take that off. So you can reset your settings, your input settings, all that. But again, let's get back to the core. So there's the core software there, but I want to get to the core audio, which we're going to talk more about in the sound. So again, we saw this treble boost, bass boost, dialogue level, yada, yada, yada. Come up here and you have audio. Yeah, you have an EQ adjustment as well. And this is my curve right here. You can see I got a little bit of bass pulled out rather than a basic flat line. I got this and I pull up into my highs. Okay, so get a vision of that. If you want it, if you have this headset, you can kind of see right here the notches I'm adjusted at. I want to come back here, and you can see where my treble and bass boost is. Again, I wish there were numbers right here, but you can kind of get a basic idea. So you can see I definitely pull out my treble a little bit, and now you can see why I have bass boost on. Coming over here, I do have bass, but a little bit more highs. And with that combination, looking at my low end, my bass, coming over here, looking at how high I have bass boost drawn up, I'm getting that punch in the background, but I'm still getting my highs. So, okay, we'll talk about this a lot more in sound. And again, if you have this headset, refer back to this. This might be a good starting point for you because it's a very fun sound across me playing Destiny and a lot of Borderlands here. Really nice. And of course, you have your illumination. Your illumination for the headset, and then over here for your base station. And you can get different effects and stuff, customize your own. You all know me. I keep mine at red, and it is at full brightness. Hold up. There's one thing on this software I forgot to show you real quick. All the way at the bottom of your main settings, you have input settings. And again, you have the eye. You can see reassign the wheel setting for easy access to your most used controls. This is awesome, guys, because look at all the options you have here. Your mic monitoring level, your gain bass boost, which is what I have mine on, right? Because you don't want that bass punchy all the time. The treble boost, dialogue boost, all this stuff, your microphone volume. You know, some key ones here, microphone volume, treble boost, bass boost, and mic monitoring level. That's simply controlled by that other wheel on the back of the headset. And that right there, guys, is so cool.
Now that you got a good look at that software in your head here, I want to roll right into sound. And starting off, we saw we had that bass boost, the treble, the dialogue, and then the EQ. You can truly pull this headset out to what you want, right? Core sound, let me just be straight with you. it sounds like a Turtle Beach headset, right? You got 50mm drivers for extreme 20 to 20,000. A lot of we've seen in the Turtle Beach. You got that superhuman hearing and everything, which it's a sound I like. Turtle Beach does sound right, especially in a lot of their newer headsets, you know what I mean? Not too bass heavy, not too highs. You get a lot of everything. You get detail, you get immersion and all that. But going into the software, number one, first dabbling with those couple easy adjustments I did right there, where you don't got to get into an EQ. You can truly pull the headset out right there. It's quick, it's simple, and it's easy, and anyone can understand it. You want to dive deeper, which I think is fun, go into that EQ, try what I tried right there. And the headset's just like, it comes to life, and you can truly play with it. Lower this, drop that, raise that a little bit, turn the bass off, turn the bass up or something. You can truly pull it out to what you want. What I like doing, again, where I had that bass boost on my volume wheel, so I'm like, all right, I'm playing something where I want a little bit more detail, a little bit more dialogue or something. I can get that. Wait, hold on, I'm getting into a really immersive scene. I want to crank that bass up a little bit. And it doesn't make it muddy, rumbly, or staticky or anything like that, that muffled wind. You don't get that. It's just a nice, true incline there. Guys, the core sound of this, I had such a blast with it on PC, right? When I took it over to my PS5, I didn't feel like it saved the settings. It did save the RGB. My RGB stayed the same when I was over on PS5. But the sound was, it just wasn't there. It just unfortunately wasn't. But again, going back to PC, talking about that sound, that's where you get to take advantage of all the software and dabble with all that stuff. That's where it comes to life. And it's like, it makes me sad, like I stated at the beginning, that a lot of Roccat products get overlooked because this is something here, guys. This is something. We talked about the features and the functions, and then the sound. It's not so much the core sound. I can sit here and tell you, it sounds like this, it sounds like that, which is what a lot of people want to hear a lot of times. But no. Let's not go that route here. I want to focus showing you that software as much as I say, like Nova, the Arctix Nova, you know what I mean? Where you need the stinking app running and all that. On PC, you don't. You don't need it open, But it's so cool that it's a basic software within the headset where you're just tweaking basic sounds. You're not going in here using some third party or a second extension out of the Swarm, because you all heard me trash that into Novas. All right, we got to stay on the same page right here. This is different. This is not another app within an app. This is the Roccat Swarm software, being able to tweak it and pull it out and really get either or. All these highs, all this bass right in the middle. You get it. You get it all. You get it all. It's stinking phenomenal. Now, you still do have the fluff within it. You got the 3D sound, which really just isn't my jive. I don't do the 7.1 or any of that in any of it. You get the superhuman hearing, which just, you all know, I'm not a fan of that at all. It drops everything else and pulls out the highs. So there's some fluffy stuff within there as well. But again, as far as the core sound, man, they nailed it here. All right, so let's talk about this for a second. Don't leave me. Let's talk about this. The Roccat Syn Max Air is coming in at $250. Everything we just talked about, features, functions, build, sound, right? It's totally worth it. We can't deny it. It's doing so much right and so much new and so much fresh, and it's actually implementing it well. I love it. $250, where could we go? Arctix Nova, the wired ones, the wireless was just on sale. That makes some competition right there, but that's not the standard MSRP. That's just a great deal that's happening right now, Talking straight up $250 right here. Everything it's doing, everything it's packing, I love it. As a tech nerd, it keeps giving me these nerd chills. You know what I mean? Again, that's just me being a nerd. Now we can go a different route, right? It's honestly, I would say, a PC headset. Okay, this is a PC headset. It even says you can use it on other things. Only get this if you're mainly a PC player. Okay, let's put that out there. The other route we can go is the Turtle Beach Stealth 700 Gen 2 Max. Whew, what a name right there. Say if you're playing on console all day long, I'm going to tell you go this route right here. You still get a lot of features and functions packed into this, longer battery life. I like the feature packed in this on PC. I would definitely go this route. Comfort, fairly the same. Build, both solid, you know what I mean? Price, a little bit cheaper over here. What is like 150, 170, maybe 200. I might be a little off right here, you know what I mean? But again, that is exactly where I would go to keep it straight with you. Is PC all day long. Console all day long over here. I just can't say it enough, guys. I love what Roccat did right here. Big high five. Love the innovation. Love what they're doing. Complete win. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Hope I catch you in the next one. Bye now.